Assalamu alaikum. The word jihad means struggle, and the greater jihad is the struggle against the ego, the lower self, the nafs in Arabic. Struggle is essential. It isn't a flaw in our nature. It is part of our nature. Human beings need to struggle. We know that Allah created us for worship. That is the purpose of human being, and therefore the true path to happiness. Just as animals find contentment when they live according to their nature, we find contentment when we live according to ours. Birds are at ease when they can fly. They suffer when kept in cages. Dogs thrive when they can guard. Every creature finds joy in fulfilling what it was created to do. We were created for worship. When we engage in it sincerely, something within us responds with unmistakable sweetness. It feels right. It is an inner sign that we are moving in the direction we were meant to move. Even the human body reveals this truth. The body needs movement. A sedentary body weakens, and this decline affects the mind as well. When we begin exercising, we feel better physically and mentally. Again, creation points us toward what is good for us. But we must remember, this world is a testing ground, a place where effort has meaning. One of the most damaging illusions of the modern age is the belief that life should be comfortable at all times. This life is not paradise. Paradise is for the next world. This life is a training space where we grow through difficulty. Effort, jihad in its truest sense, is essential. Just as the body decays without physical effort, the heart and soul decline without spiritual effort. The greater jihad, the struggle against the nafs, is the work of taming it, mastering it. As the Buddha said in the Dhammapada, the one who has mastered his own self has achieved a far greater victory than the one who conquers the world. And the one who conquers the world but has not mastered himself has conquered nothing. We must become familiar with effort. Without effort, there is no progress. The nafs naturally resist this. It prefers comfort, avoids discipline, and hates doing what it doesn't feel like doing. Modern life, with its ease, conveniences, and technologies, feeds this tendency. Everything becomes lighter, simpler, faster. I remember being warned in school that if we relied on calculators, we would lose our ability to do mental arithmetic. It turned out to be true. How many of us still calculate by hand? I once visited an antique shop filled with tools from our grandparents' time. Everything was heavy, solid, demanding. Even an empty iron kettle felt very heavy. Daily life itself required strength. They didn't need gyms. Life was their training. If they wanted heat, they had to go outside in the cold, gather wood, chop it, carry it, and burn it. Many people still live this way today, and they tend to be healthier, stronger, and live longer. I once saw a documentary about Okinawa, among the oldest living people. I saw women over 80 still chopping their own wood. Their lifestyle keeps their bodies and minds strong. It even protects them from dementia. Writing with a pencil takes more effort than typing, and studies show we remember more when we write by hand. Soon, many people won't even type. They will dictate, and the device will do the rest. I once had to walk across the room, pull out a heavy dictionary, and search for a word. Now it takes seconds to ask ChatGPT. We are losing our capacity for effort, and that loss is dangerous. Even our patience is disappearing. When I was a teenager, if a book wasn't available locally, I had to order it and wait weeks. Today, if a package doesn't arrive the next day, we complain. This shrinking patience is a spiritual disaster. We must rediscover the joy of effort because there is joy in it. Neuroscience confirms this. The anterior mid-cingulate cortex, part of the brain involved in willpower, motivation, and the ability to do difficult things, grows when we act against our impulses, when we push ourselves, when we follow through despite resistance. In people who avoid effort, this region atrophies. Those with a stronger anterior mid-cingulate cortex tend to be happier, less depressed, and live longer. Those who suffer from severe depression and those who take their own lives often show marked atrophy in this region. It is a sign written into our very biology. We are meant to strive. Effort is healthy. On the spiritual path, the nature of this effort becomes clearer. You are the rider. Your ego is the horse. If you do not train the horse, it will drag you wherever it desires. Most people don't even realize they're riding, but the seeker knows he is the rider, responsible for the reins. Fasting in Ramadan trains this. The Nafs wants to eat. Wherever hunger appears, the rider says, no, not now. The Nafs want to sleep at Fajr. The rider says, get up. With consistent training, the horse becomes obedient. Eventually, it can submit completely. But this requires years of repeated effort. The same applies in daily life. When anger arises and you restrain it because the moment requires patience, that is struggle. Only through that struggle does mastery develop. Even in silent meditation, the dynamic is the same. The mind wants to drift into stories of past or future. The meditator says, no. We remain with the breath. The mind wanders, we return. That returning is the jihad of meditation. Without it, there is no practice, no training, no freedom. The spiritual path is the path of struggle, refraining from what is forbidden, doing what is virtuous, acting when you don't feel like it. Each act strengthens the will. Each act makes you grow. This is jihad. Like an athlete in training who knows that every effort is an investment toward his goal, the spiritual seeker must know the same. Every bit of effort, every moment of sincere jihad is an investment in future freedom. Freedom from the lower self, freedom from compulsion, a deepening of happiness, clarity, and eventually peace. So the next time you do not feel like doing something you know you ought to do, pause and remember, by making that effort, you are taking a concrete step toward greater inner freedom. You are becoming stronger. The athlete lifting weights feels pain and strain, yet he is not saddened by it. He trains with joy because he knows the effort is shaping him into who he wishes to become. We should approach our spiritual effort with the same joy. Every struggle, every act of restraint, every moment of sincere discipline is a step closer to Allah. Every spiritual effort has this single ultimate aim, nearness to Him. And when you remember this, struggle becomes sweet. And it is important to make this jihad joyful, to train ourselves to actually enjoy effort, to enjoy doing what the ego resists. Every time we are faced with the need to exert effort, to wake up early, to restrain anger, to pray when tired, to sit in silence, when the mind wants to wander, remember to rejoice. Make your jihad happy. Make your jihad joyful. Assalamu alaikum.